This is serious.
She's an idiot.
Okay.
There we go.
Are you ready? Is everybody ready?
Yes.
I'm about to do my intro.
Okay.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alicia and today I am joined by my two childhood best friends, Alina and Chloe. And we're doing a little bit of a different video today. We're going to be covering a hometown murder. And yeah, so Chloe, you're going to be covering the story, correct?
Yes.
And then I'll be going over like the actual investigation, and then Alina here is going to be covering all parts of the theory aspect. So,
Okay. So today we're going to be talking about a cold case. It's Robert Monty Woody and Patricia Ann Woody. So this case is from 1990. It's a Bartow County double murder. So to start off, Robert Monty Woody was a 31-year-old male.
you get professional now. It's like ours is on our notepad, and then Chloe has an entire essay written.
This is important. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, so Robert Monty Woody, his name, they called him Monty. So he was a 31-year-old male who worked as a mechanic at a battery reconditioning business in Cartersville, Georgia. Robert was 5'4" and 161 pounds. He was said to be a dependable worker, and he always showed up to work on time, and he never failed to appear to work or anything like that. But on Wednesday, April 25th of 1990, he did fail to appear to work, which was very abnormal. So his coworker called and no one answered the phone. So Monty's coworker drove to the Woody's home at 35 Old Ruby York Road, and it was said to be a wooded area northwest of the town. So the coworker, he peered through the window, and then no one answered the door, and he saw like a human form under a sheet of something like in front of the door.
Like already covered?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was like, okay, well, this is fucking weird. So he, oh, can I guess?
I always put like a parental advisory at the beginning, and it's okay. Just keep going.
Okay. Anyways, so the coworker was finally able to get into the house, and he looked under the sheet to find Patricia Ann Woody. She was a 34-year-old woman who was 5'1", and she weighed around 92 pounds. So obviously he was like freaked out, and he ran out of the house, and he was like, hey yo, police officers, something right here.
So he didn't really like explore anywhere.
Yeah,
just
he didn't
saw.
explore.
Okay.
Yeah, he just saw it, and he was like, I'm Audi 5000, and he called the cops. And so the deputies arrived, and then that's when they found the body of Robert, or Monty. He was in the bedroom, and he had been beaten and stabbed to death. And then later on, the medical examiner figured out that Anne had died from strangulation, but she had also been stabbed. The last time the Woodys were seen was, seen alive, was at 11 p.m. on Tuesday, April 24th, 1990.
The day before, correct?
Yeah, the day before. They were leaving a friend's house in Patricia's car. It's estimated that the murders occurred between midnight and then like 3 a.m. on April 25th, 1990. So according to the police, there was no signs of forced entry. And then the investigators believe that the assailant knew the victims.
Yeah.
Because of that. They also thought that Robert was the target of the attack, and Anne just kind of was like killed because she was there.
Are you covering my investigation right now? 'Cause I'm pretty sure she is.
That was just one small part, okay? I'm moving on.
I'm just messing with you.
Anyways, over the years, they've had... Well, you could cover that. Anyways, so Jean Jefferson, that's Ann Woody's mom, she was like preparing dinner for her and her husband Billy, and Billy was like outside mowing the lawn, doing man stuff. And so during the week, their daughter usually stopped and would get like eat lunch or dinner or whatever with them, because they didn't have a lot of money, her and Robert didn't, apparently. So she would stop and she would eat, and then she'd fix a plate and take it home to Monty. And her mom started to worry because she never came by after work or whatever. So Anne's parents got worried when Anne didn't show up, and they called, or Anne's mom called Anne's house, and a sheriff deputy apparently answered the phone and was like, "Hey, your daughter's dead," which was kind of fucked. But after that, I was doing some other research and I found something talking about Anne's mother. She did like an interview like a long time after this happened, and she was just talking about how Anne like loved nature and she loved going out to like mountains and she loved reading, and she always wanted kids, but she never got the chance to have kids, which is really sad. But Anne's parents, both of them are dead now, but ever since the murder, they always like tried to get justice for their daughter.
Yeah.
And it's just, So that's the story of Robert Monty Woody and Patricia Ann Woody.
So to recap, basically, it was a husband and wife, Monty and Anne, and they were found murdered in their house, both stabbed.
Yeah.
But Anne died of strangulation, correct?
Yes.
And they were found by their coworker.
It was Monty's coworker.
Yeah, yeah. And it's never been solved. I don't know if I said cold case in the beginning of this or unsolved murder, but this has never been solved. It was in 1990, and to this day, we still have nothing to go off of. Now, they got murdered, cops come in. So here's my part. Now with the Woody murders, like she said, the bodies were discovered by Monty's coworker, and it says the deputies got to his house at 1:52 p.m. and then they had confirmed that Anne had died, like she said, from strangulation, while Monty had died from stabbing or his stab wounds. And the investigators believe that the murders occurred between 12 and 3 a.m. And like she said, the reason why they thought this in the first place was because they had been seeing Anne's friend's house the night before at around 11, so that gives them an hour to get home, an hour, and then a couple hours to get murdered. And of course, you can always timestamp how decomposed the body would be to the 3 a.m. part. While investigating, what she was saying about how the cops and deputies never called the parents. Like, Anne's mother had to call the house.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird.
Exactly. Like, I mean, isn't that standard for people to call?
Because the way they made it sound online was that, like, it seems like it took a long time for Anne's parents to, like, call the house.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they have already told the parents that?
Yeah, because I know which article you read, which was that Anne stopped by her parents' house normally in the afternoon after she got off of work to have dinner.
Yeah.
And the police got there at 1:52. So, I mean, that's, 3-4 hours, depending on what time people want to eat dinner.
Because some people, I mean, between, 4 and 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
And then in the beginning, this is what is so aggravating. In the beginning, they had 3 to 5 suspects, but the reason why none of them got charged is because they were basically just suspects of hearsay. It was just people being like, oh, it might have been this, or rumors, and people saying, oh, it might have been them. There wasn't really anybody truly to go off of and no evidence to go off of, so none of those 3 to 5 suspects stuck around. They were, thrown out. And like Chloe said, because there were no signs of forced entry into the home, they thought that they knew the assailants and that Robert was target of the attacks. In 2005, which was 15 years after the murders, Bartow County publicized a note that had been discovered 4 years earlier reading, "Monty, I've decided to leave early. Sorry I couldn't say bye. Thanks for helping me and I wish you luck." And I don't know why they didn't release that beforehand. We have 2 other people in the room as well, and
they're horrible.
I was saying, I felt it was really weird that they didn't publicize that earlier. They waited.
They waited for
15 years.
Oh yeah.
15 years to publicize this note, which was really odd. Just because.
And apparently, I read some. Sorry,
No, you're fine.
I read somewhere online that not even the whole note was posted.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's just a little.
So it's what else do they have that they're hiding, or not necessarily hiding, but what are they not publicizing? And what
why?
What do they know that they're not telling people?
Yeah.
Because I feel like the family doesn't know either. Because the posts that we've seen from the family members and stuff, they don't. I mean, they know,
don't seem like they know anything.
Yeah, they seem like they're blind from the whole.
That article that you sent said that there have been thousands of unreleased documents.
Yeah. So I wonder why did they think that it wasn't Anne's handwriting? I wonder. Were they trying to find out if it was some other girl's handwriting or something like that? that why they?
Yeah, they were saying the person had been a guest, like staying there. Like Monty had let them stay there. What's even more infuriating is that Bartow County has come out and said that they are 99% sure that they know who the suspect is. They just don't have enough evidence to arrest them. But I don't understand how you don't have enough evidence if you have over 1,000 pages of documents in this case, not even including testimonies. Like, that's just
and wasn't
paperwork.
I'm pretty sure there's DNA in this case.
Yeah.
And it's the 1990s. DNA is a thing, okay? I mean, I know that, like, labs get backed up, and Bartow County is a smaller place.
Yeah.
So I understand, like, maybe they don't have the resources or whatever, but it's 2018?
19.
19.
2019.
Edit that out, please. If it's a murder case, like the, what's it called? Statute of limitation, that doesn't run out in a murder case. So I know that if they have DNA or they have anything that they could have collected from the crime scene, they have that still.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why it's 2019 and they still haven't like tried to go back and like look, because DNA, it's not that hard to do anymore. They're doing like fucking whatever it's called, where they like figure out who a person is from their family members. Like, they can do a simple DNA test.
Well, what's even weirder or creepy to me is the fact that like somebody like knows who was staying with them. Somebody knows who wrote this note.
Knows.
The person who wrote this note knows they wrote this note. And like, if you're not involved with the murder, then why wouldn't you have come forward already? It's not like you're going to be in trouble for, you know, staying with them because they let you. I mean, that's just so weird that like just nobody knows. Like, and I feel like that's just some buffoonery. Like, it's weird. That's why we have an entire theory section of this, is because there's so many questions left unanswered.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how this could be left unsolved, that this could still be not known, even with, you know, family, friends. Because like I said, they didn't really have enemies. They were close-knit with their family members and in the community. I mean, no, I don't think my boss would ever show up at my house if I didn't show up for work.
They would just like, whatever.
Yeah, like that's odd for people.
Yeah.
So for them to have friends, family, coworkers to be so involved in their lives and still not know who was staying with them, who they might have had some sort of conflict with, even though it seemed like they didn't have any conflict.
Yeah.
It's just quite odd.
Fishy. I don't think that it doesn't seem like there was a very good investigation.
It doesn't seem like there was a very good investigation.
That all plays into the theories because there's no definite suspect.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a name released. So again, Bartow County has identified a suspect, but there has never been enough evidence to basically make a case against them. Again, there has been DNA collected, but it has not been sent away for testing.
So it hasn't? Like, I thought they just like
No.
got stuff tested and it was just like Ann and Monty's.
But one of the family members did make a post about how that Bartow County does have DNA, but they have not sent it off to get it like tested or retested or anything like that. So they have it. They're just it's just chilling in a file case somewhere. So.
I did read one blog post. You both may have read it too. And it was just from a person in the community, and they said that they went to the courthouse. I think they said they went to the courthouse.
Yeah, it was the courthouse.
And they like asked one of the officers on duty at the courthouse if they had any information on the Woody case, and the officer just like completely brushed it off, like, no big deal. Like, didn't even want to mention it, which I thought was kind of weird because it doesn't seem like anybody really cares to solve it. But yeah, so when the murders first occurred, the entire community speculated that it was drug related. The area that we live in, drugs are pretty rampant.
There's nothing else to do.
Yeah, so that
just
was
smoke some crack.
pretty much. Like, meth is a really big problem.
Yeah.
So that was the initial theory, is that it was something relating to drugs. But Patricia and her mom said that it couldn't have been drug related because in order to have drugs, you have to have money, and they did not have money, which Chloe mentioned
Yeah,
earlier.
she stated that's why Anne would come and eat with them, was because they were, I mean, no one's gonna deny free food. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Back to the note, some people think that Monty, specifically Monty, could have been helping a woman escape an abusive relationship, so she could have been staying with the couple, and that's why she left the note, you know, like, sorry I had to leave early, and basically whoever she was with came to seek revenge on them. So that is one of the theories. I don't know how accurate that could be, but that is one. Again, it's assumed that Patricia was just a victim of circumstance. She was never an actual target for any of these, you know, any of the crime. Another theory is that Monty could have been cheating on Patricia, and basically the partner of the woman that he cheated on her with came to seek revenge on him. Playing onto that theory, it is basically the same thing, just involving Patricia. She could have been cheating on Monty, and the man who she was cheating on Monty with could have tried to kill Monty, and then Patricia was killed just for not wanting to follow through with it. The last theory is literally just that it was a robbery gone wrong. Like, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think that it's probably not a robbery.
No.
Just
they
didn't
because
have
it was
money.
forced entry,
Yeah,
and they
no
didn't
forced
have money.
entry. I don't know. I think
And that, okay, so our producer just mentioned something. Strangulation is typically, I feel like that too.
Personal.
It's personal.
Yeah, it
like
is.
that's not something you're just gonna do to like a random stranger. You're not just gonna strangle.
It's not instant. You have time to
No.
think in the middle of it.
And you don't know their strength. Like, you don't know
Yeah.
their strength, so you can't rely on that if you're going in for a robbery, or you have to know them to know that they're not going to be able to fight you back.
That's
Yeah.
true. So
It's just-
what you say?
I wish that we could have read more, like, about the actual case, like the case file or something, because I want to know, like, did Monty fight back? Like, was there
A struggle.
a struggle? Because it says that he was beaten and stabbed. Like, I want to know, did he fight? Like,
Yeah.
and then, like,
and in
with
some
her-
instances, it even says bludgeoned, which I know that they use that
Yeah.
for if it's like severe.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, she was stabbed too, apparently.
Yeah.
But she was also strangled.
And
so,
stabbing is also a personal way to kill somebody
yeah.
as well.
but to have two different things. So not only was Anne strangled and stabbed, but Monty was also
yeah.
bludgeoned and stabbed as well. So that's like murder on murder.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
You hate somebody.
yeah. And it obviously has to be a man, in my opinion. Clearly.
Well, to take down Monty, I feel
Yeah.
like it might have to be, unless you caught him completely off guard.
Yeah.
But see, that's another thing. Like, if we don't have a case file, we don't know if he had, like, let's say a woman came up behind him and hit him in the occipital part and just went ahead and knocked him out cold and then went in on him. You know what I'm saying? We have no idea on how he was attacked.
Just playing both sides. He was only 5'4", and he weighed
Yeah.
160 pounds. So that's like,
that's
it's not too big.
no.
So I don't know if someone else. I mean, I feel like it was a man as well, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And then for her, she was only 5'1" and weighed 91 pounds. So
Yeah, she was
That's
small.
she
so
was really
small.
small.
Okay, so I was going to talk about how much of a shit show Bartow County's police department is, because, I mean, not only this blog post, but I mean a plethora of blog posts. All you see on everything is the fact that Bartow County does not follow through with hardly any of the crimes that happen in that county. They say that they either write them off or just don't even like investigate them. They'll go ahead and put them as a suicide or an
Yeah.
accident or something like that. And like we have family members commenting back all the time saying, no, it's not. Like, I know he wouldn't do
Yeah.
this, or I know he didn't fall out of a window backwards.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
Bartow County, not only do they frequently just pass cases off as like accidents, but they also have some of the most unsolved cases
Yeah.
in the state.
Like whenever you look up unsolved cases in Georgia, it's like Bartow County, like all over the place. There's so many there.
And I mean, I don't want them to have like a shitty name or anything like that, but right now they're on my bad list, and if they would just like open up a cold case department. So there was a deputy or like a detective or whatever at
A
Bartow.
deputy? I'm so sorry.
There's a deputy.
There was a detective, and he said that he is convinced the person responsible is in the area and was someone known to Mr. and Mrs. Woody. He thinks that this person has likely talked about the crime. He said, and quote, "I don't believe the people responsible have kept this a secret," end quote. He feels that people may have disregarded or dismissed what the person responsible may have said regarding the murders, and he believes that whoever he said it to probably thought he was just talking nonsense or whatever like that.
The GBI has nothing on their
Yeah,
account.
yeah.
Nothing at all. I'm like, come on.
There's nothing. There.
There's not even like a picture or anything.
No.
No,
and-
it's an X, like
Yeah.
a line through the
Yeah.
image
Yeah.
placement.
I mean, it has the story that literally every other post has a story about.
Yeah.
It's just the normal, like,
of what happened.
yeah, they were murdered, this is what happened, and
This
blah,
is
blah,
their
blah.
age.
Yeah,
just
this
when they
is
were
their
found.
age, weight, this is who found them, and that's
Yeah.
it.
So we literally just Chloe found a picture of both of them.
Yeah.
Like an hour ago.
And it was from I think it was from December of last year is when it was posted.
Yeah. So before
And
that,
it was posted by the family. Or by one of by the sister of Monty.
Monty.
Yeah.
And
so-
before that, we could only find that one picture of her.
Yeah.
Of Anne,
Yeah. I keep seeing all the posts about like them looking, or like Anne's family constantly looking and blah blah blah. But
Yeah, because apparently Anne's mom, like, the rest of her life, she was like, I can't rest until I have justice. And she died without ever getting that. But that was like her life's purpose after everything happened.
But if you guys have any information, or if you guys have any comments about any other stories that you find interesting, any comments back to this one, whatever it may be, definitely leave them in the comments below. If you want to see these types of videos again, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and maybe we can somehow get Alina in, because she lives in Colorado. But we can just do like a FaceTime, have it like on iCarly. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I think that's all we have for today.
yeah, bye.
Peace.